Hi Pete's, Terse back in the old squat box once again, and I'm here to talk about phony religious people. The phony religious people are those people who go around getting paid to stand on the stage and to say the stuff that they think the religious audience wants to hear. For instance, atheists. I've never met an atheist who didn't believe in evolution. I've not met every atheist, but every atheist I've ever met believes in evolution. Well, here's an atheist, right, religious people out there, who doesn't believe in evolution. And I say that from my heart and from my head. I don't believe in evolution. I understand evolution and I accept it. I accept evolution is true. I don't believe in it. The problem with religious people is, if you don't know about a thing and don't understand it, which most religious people don't know anything about their own religion and don't understand their own religion and haven't read their whole holy book in order to be able to say page to page, cover to cover, I've read every word and I understand and know what it means. No, you're religious. You can't be bothered with that. Holding the book in your hand and saying it gives me power and I can bang you as atheists over the head with it, that seems to be enough for them, you know. They believe in their book. They've never read or understood it. I don't believe in evolution, but I've read about it and I understand it. Maybe not completely 100% fully understand it, but I understand evolution enough to say, yeah, I think it's true. I don't believe in it. It changes. I mean, stuff we didn't know about, the evolution of plants and tiny, small, fucking, single-celled, creatures, We didn't know a lot of that 100 years ago, but we know a hell of a lot more about it now. And the genome, DNA, how it changes, gets corrupted through damage, because DNA, when DNA is, DNA is always there in your cells. But when the reproductive process is going on, DNA can be damaged and therefore change how it interacts, you know what I mean? And therefore that's how you can get a change. You also get mutation. That's not damage, but it's a change. It's new information. A part of the DNA swaps or gets miscued or reproduced and it changes, and that adds new information as in so far as the thing that part of the DNA, that letter in the DNA code that changed from an A to a T, that means that whatever that A was doing in the body that's going to grow from that DNA, because it's went from an A to a T, something's changed. Maybe your hair is longer, so you get long-haired fucking cats rather than short-haired cats. But the cat's colour doesn't change. That would be somewhere else. That would be a different letter or a bunch of letters that would need to be changed. That's not. I understand it, and as I say, I'm a layman. I'm not a fucking biologist. I'm not a DNA scientist. I'm not. You know what I mean? But I understand what they mean when they talk about the changes in DNA and how it reflects onto the animal that the DNA is part of, so I understand DNA, I understand evolution to a certain extent. I'm not a fucking wizard. I don't know everything. I'm not a god. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm a layman who reads shit and tries hard to understand it. And I don't say that I know everything about it. And I might even be wrong in my explanation of what I understand about DNA, but I'm not. I don't think I'm totally wrong. I think I probably understand it better than someone who holds his Bible up and has never read it cover to cover, but then says, well, I hate evolution and evolutionists. I hate atheists who are evolutionists. There's no evolutionist isn't even the fucking word. Christian people made it up. They made it up out of full cloth. There's no such thing as an evolutionist. I'm not an evolutionist. I don't believe in evolution. I try in my own capacity to understand it, and I trust that the people who talk about evolution, who really do know about it, I trust what they say is pretty much true. But even they don't know everything, and therefore I know that in the future, what they told me today, 20 years from now, probably going to be different. Yeah, because that's science. That's fucking science, you know what I mean? Whereas the Bible, it was wrong 2,000 years ago, it's wrong today, and in 2,000 years time it's still going to be wrong. So there you go. But science, biology, evolution, what we know about these things, that's going to change and become more true and more true over time. The Bible has just always been wrong. It's not going to become more wrong. It can't be more wrong than being totally wrong. Fractally wrong? I suppose when we discovered fractals, we could then look at the Bible and say it's not only totally wrong, it's now fractally wrong. So I suppose it got even more wrong than it could have been wrong. Yeah. Anyway, religious people, they keep going on about, no, use atheists, you know what I mean? As if we're like, we're a country, there's a country called atheism, and everybody that lives in it are atheists, and they're all evolutionists, and they all believe in evolution because it's their religion, and because that's if you're a religious person, that's you know, that atheist religion is evolution, obviously, you know what I mean? But you know, you got to love the small-mindedness of them. I'm sorry, I'm drunk. I'm starting to slur my words and eat my own tongue. A bit like eating your own babies, isn't it? Yeah, which Christians do. You eat your own babies, you fuckers. You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't physically cook them and eat them in a stew, but you eat them. You destroy their minds. They started off with a perfectly good brain, and then you came along with your big spoon of fucking religion, and you scooped out everything that was good in that brain and left behind nothing but putrid shit. A puddle of green goo that doesn't think anymore. Don't think, don't question, just sit in your ass and say, yes, yes, hate the atheist, yes, yes, hate the atheist, hate the Catholic, hate the Muslim, you know, yeah, it's only our fucking boys, you know, it's nuts. Became a big bubbling boil on society. That's what you become, religion. A huge bubbling boil of nothingness that never gets anywhere and never does nothing. Huge giant boil of nothingness. I'm not saying that no atheists are any better. There's a lot of atheists who are putrid as well. Putrid boils on the skin of humanity. Yeah, some atheists are like that. They're racist. they're sexist, they're horrible people, some atheists, yeah, but if you line them up against how many horrible, putrid, religious people there are, it's like 50,000 to 1. Simple as that. Around the world, 50,000 to 1. Smart, normal people, we're all outnumbered. We actually need to have, like, a devastating disease that will sweep the world, and only those people who don't wash their dicks, wash their hands, and wear a condom are going to die. You know what I mean? I would love that. I would just love that. If you don't wash your hands, don't wash your dick, and don't wear a condom when you have sex, you're going to catch this disease and die. I guarantee, you know what I mean, 50% of the religious people in the world would die out. You ask why would it only be 50%? Because the other 50% of religious people are lying bastards, and they wash their hands, wash their dick, and they use condoms, you know what I mean? Even the Catholics. There you go. So there we are, you know. Another inane, crazy video by fucking Tersse for the interwebs. Hope you enjoy it. Swangy fucking va, motherfuckers. By the way, I hope you will all be tuning in tomorrow, the 6th of June, January, February, March, April, May, June. 6th of the 6th, because this year is the 70th anniversary of the D-Day landings, where a lot of young men threw themselves against a wall of bullets to protect our right to freedom and give us back the right to claim freedom as our right, you know. I will definitely be spending the whole day watching as much as I can on the internet and on TV about those heroes of D-Day from many countries, from America, Canada, India, Australia, New Zealand, United Kingdom, France, the Free Fighters of France, Belgium, Holland, the Polish people who fought to free Europe from the Nazis, you know, the Danes, you know what I mean, the Swedes. We all had a part in it. The people who believed in us, people that believed in freedom. And it wasn't a country, it was a mental attitude, and we now face such struggles against the people who have repopulated the earth with the Nazi fucking mentality. You know, Republicans, I'm talking about you fuckers. The Tea Party, I'm talking about you. Libertarians, I'm talking about you. You all seem to believe that you have the only idea in the world that works. That's Nazism. We need to allow people to have the freedom of thought, which is why you have had a resurgence over the last couple of years, you know, the last decade or so. Yeah, you Nazis are coming back because we allow you to come up. We allow you to have the freedom of speech. It's actually grounded and written down as a statute in America, but in Britain we don't have it written down, but we still allow you to have free speech. You can say what you want. We just don't want you to start picking up guns and shooting people again. Understand? You got me? We are willing to share this planet with you, just don't start shooting people and gassing them again, right? Because we're not going to put up with that. We're not going to accept that. We are going to come after your fucking ass if you start that shit again. So Nazis, I know you're out there, stop that shit. You're willing to talk about it on fucking the interwebs, but you're not allowed to do it in real life. You can have all the computer games in the world where you go and gas people and shoot people, that's fine, but you can't do it in the real world. And as I say, I will be spending most of my time tomorrow, in fact probably all of my time, remembering and getting teary-eyed over the sacrifice that hundreds of thousands of people gave to, you know, making sure that our freedom, our ability to be free, was securing for us the life we live today. God love them, and let's never forget them. Swan Jiva.